What an incredible Cinderella story. This unknown comes out of nowhere to lead the pack at Augusta. He's on his final hole. He's about 455 yards away. He's going to hit about a 2-iron, I think. Billy. Whoa, Billy.
Let it happen. Be the ball, Danny. You're not being the ball, Danny.
Well, it's kind of difficult with you talking like that.
Okay, I'm not talking.
That's a peach, son.
Miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast. This is going to be episode 13, and it's kind of a little bit different. There's a lot going on in the golf industry right now, but in Vegas this month, the PGA show comes for the, I call it the apparel show. They do have a demo night out at Topgolf, and it's getting better. It's still not as good as I think it could be. I've voiced my opinions of that in the past. But on Wednesday, Ryan and I walked around the show at the Venetian, and it probably was one of the better shows in Vegas that I've seen in a while. It's not a huge space. There's no way to compare it to Orlando. It's just not the same thing, and so it's kind of unfair to do that. So just know this: the Orlando show is amazing. The Vegas show is something different. It's not on the same level. It's not trying to be on the same level. It's just a different way for the vendors to get eyeballs on their products coming out in late fall, early spring, and get some people excited about the industry. So what we did is we chatted with a couple of the brands that we're familiar with, that we know. There's a lot of vendors there that are just mainly looking to get orders, and those brands really aren't conducive to the blog or what we're doing. So we reached out to the guys that we know and are, willing to sit down and chat with us for a few minutes about what they're doing. So we got some interviews from True Linkswear, Dormie Workshop, Greenside Cigars, and Azure Golf. So we hope you enjoy them, and thanks for listening to the podcast. We're hanging out in the True Links booth at the Vegas PGA show with Cody from True Links. What do you guys got going on here? What do you got on display? What's new?
We've got a ton of new stuff. We've got our brand new sneaker out, the TL01. Extremely lightweight, leather upper, classic sneaker style. Probably the lightest sneaker golf shoe on the market right now. Unbelievably light, even lighter than our knit shoe. We've got our knits on display, along with our classic staple, the True Original, and then our performance level shoe, the True Major, showcasing a few of our new colors coming out later this year. Got a Tuxedo Major coming, and a fall launch of some Nubuck suede in the Original and the TL01.
The camo is so good.
Yeah, the camo looks good. I got to ask about what probably the most, have you guys gotten as much feedback as we have gotten about how positive it is to get your shoes in a shoe bag?
You know what? Yeah,
it's the number one thing I hear.
It's been great. Our customers love it. We've got them for sale now too. Guys just love the bag, but it's been great. And we did the same thing with our sneaker. It comes in a reusable canvas bag.
So much better.
Yeah, there's no reason for a box. It's something that you can take and reuse.
Yeah.
And you'll see more of that coming from us in 2020. We're going to look at ways that we can reduce our consumption of goods in a positive way that impacts not only our industry, but just our world in general. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
What's been the biggest surprise that you guys have seen since the Orlando show when you came out with the knits and the TLs? What have you seen that has been shocking?
Yeah, the knit has really just taken off for us. It has literally been a staple for us this year. But the new sneaker, the TL01, I think changes the sneaker game in golf. It's extremely lightweight. the stability you get on the course, the traction elements. Traction's unreal in that shoe for a spikeless golf shoe. Yeah. So we're stoked. People are starting to get it on their foot, and the reviews are unreal. It's been great.
The suede version will be on my foot soon.
So talk to me about, so one of the things you guys have always done, you guys have been very focused at keeping golfers closer to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Zero drop's been the mission from
Absolutely.
the beginning. Not everybody can do it, right?
Right.
So take me through kind of what the drop levels are for the consumer when they're looking to buy.
Yeah,
right?
you can kind of split the line in half. So we've got the original and the sneaker that both sit zero drop, meaning no drop from your heel to your toe. It's a level surface that you sit on, and it puts your body in a much better starting position to swing a golf club. You're a lot more stable, a lot more balanced to start, and the feel you get because of how close you are to the ground in our shoe is unlike anything else on the market.
Well, an interesting last too. I just want to comment, the last on the sneaker is a little bit more narrow, and the last on this has always been traditionally very wide.
Exactly.
So I think there's an option for a lot of people.
We've expanded that option. We've had the wider toe box since our inception 10 years ago, but have gotten feedback that obviously not everybody has a wide foot, and even if we come out with a little bit of an extended width in the sneaker, it still gives everybody the chance for their feet to spread out naturally if you don't have that wide foot. But the original, there's no other feeling shoe like that in golf for sure because of that unique toe box.
Very unique toe box. And then so you got the kind of the original zero drops, and then now you have a couple of transition options.
And then we've got some transition drops. Yeah, not everybody's used to putting their foot in a shoe that sits level heel to toe. That way, you get into our shoe in a more traditional feeling option. It gives you a little bit of drop heel to toe, a little bit more of a standard feel, but you still get closer to the ground in our option than a lot of other products in golf. And it's a good segue to get you to try some of our other zero drop options if you so choose.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I go back to the Chukka days, the original Chukka with the brown, the Northwestern shoe, real Northwest.
I want a Sensei return.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Senseis were good too. But I gotta say the knits for me. I'm a lot of people know because the folks that are listening follow me on Instagram. I'm traveling all the time, and I try to play golf as much as I can when I travel. Right. So when I have a pair of shoes, I can literally get off the plane, out of a meeting, slip them on. I like that the heel collapses, so it can be a slip-on when I'm going to the pool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is it's like the most perfect shoe to me.
It really is. You literally can do anything in that shoe. Yeah. We've had guys run in it, guys are in the gym in it, guys are traveling, going to the office.
Shoe. Yeah.
You can't go wrong. And to be able to go take it out on the golf course and it still performs as good as any other golf shoe on the market, that's obviously an added bonus. But first and foremost, we design golf shoes, but we design them with a purpose and to be functional and versatile both on and off the golf course.
So golf for purpose, that kind of sounds like a Clayton thing.
Yeah, hashtag Clayton comments. So what's Ryan's preferred shoe on the course, and then what's his preferred shoe off the course?
Good question. Ryan, he loves to change up his look, his feel. The guy's got style.
He was wearing the
guy's
majors.
Got style. He started with the major. He rocked a pair of knits for a couple of tour events this year, which was really cool. And now his focus has kind of shifted up to the new sneaker.
Yeah, I feel like he's wearing this every week.
He loves it.
Yeah,
he absolutely loves it. The feel, the stability, functionality, and how lightweight it is. Obviously, the guy's walking 72 holes a week, and he loves it.
Well, I think that speaks to the traction, too. I mean, I know Corey Kasich did a little bit on Instagram about it. You've talked about it when you played in it. The traction's unreal.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, for the average golfer that doesn't understand, I mean, Ryan, although is maybe a little bit on the smaller side of guys on tour, he swings at like 118,
He's
124
still swinging it
miles
faster
an hour.
than a lot of everybody else.
So if you're going to do that,
there,
72 holes, you got to be able to have something that works.
Yeah.
Traction's
and
real deal.
The traction is unreal. The design on it turned out great.
I've noticed that it's not breaking down as fast as some of the other soles.
Yeah,
And-
we decided to strengthen that a little bit, which added a little bit more weight to it. We tried to make this thing as light as we possibly could, but we reinforced the rubber and made those lugs just a little bit longer to increase that traction.
That's actually a good question. How do you do that? Because so mine has almost, like, I still have the nubs, and I've worn this a lot. Like, I probably put maybe 300 miles on it.
Yeah, we've done our due diligence at the development level. Jason can attest to this, but Jason on our design team has done a great job in testing that surface over and over again, so we can achieve the strongest possible material without compromising the feel and flexibility of our sole.
Because it's super tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been very impressed.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. Thanks for
Thanks for
chatting
the
with us.
Yeah, thanks,
and,
guys.
Hope you guys have a great show.
Always appreciate the support.
Okay, so we are here in the Dormie booth with the fancy Las Vegas neon sign.
So cool. Made in Las Vegas.
Made in Las Vegas.
Yep.
So how you guys doing? What's
Doing
going
really
on?
good, yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you guys got here in the booth.
So we got a bunch of stuff going on, and this is by far the best Las Vegas PGA show that we have been at. Yeah, like
You've heard that from a couple
numbers
people.
are up. Only thing that they missed out on was the Pro, which we were really bummed about that. And, like Todd and I are both PGA members, and we looked for it was like the one thing we love to do. We made sure to get here early, so we were set up on Sunday, and Monday came as like Pro time. But anyways, we got tons of cool stuff going on. A bunch of new leathers that we're releasing out. What's up, buddy? All right, man. Come back again. Got new custom leather prints. So we're actually doing up original artwork for courses.
Guns Ranch stuff.
Guns Ranch stuff. Yeah.
Well, the wall. So did that start with the wall for the PGA show? Is that when you guys first released the new print?
Correct. Yeah, that's
it was real.
Yeah.
Love that.
So the wall print was released.
Yep.
And then we were like, let's see who wants to come in and be kind of the early adopters for getting the first run. Gauzer stepped up. So did Caddy AI. Caddy AI, I don't know if you know those guys, but it's a social initiative and junior golf.
Sweet.
Yeah, top golf
Pro the
stuff.
game. Yeah.
Pro the game, guy's awesome. And so anyways, we did the Gauzer Ranch print, and it was the first release of our Weekender bag as well.
Which is a sweet bag.
So yeah,
when you guys brought that out at the PGA in Orlando, that was awesome. This is a refreshing trip.
So then, what this allowed us to do is show the diversity and like what they can do throughout making a full collection of products, from yardage books to portfolios to our Ninja up there is in Gauzer print. So yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
So I like it because it's subtle.
Yeah.
It's artistic.
Yeah.
But it also, I think, it's going to give you guys a ton of room down the road.
Totally.
Cater to different markets.
Yeah.
Cater to different regions.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, and it's stuff that we all like to do. Like everybody that works for us are artists.
Yeah.
So like this is like when you tell them a project that they get to make original artwork, it's it's something to get really excited about.
Yeah. So cool. So take me through a little bit, because right at the PGA show, just after that, I think you guys officially went in to a lot of the large Dick's Sporting Goods and Golf Galaxy stores.
Yeah.
I know what that was like locally, because they sold out of the bomber and the U.S. flag ones like quickly.
It's funny, Ryan called me. He's like, Dormie's at Golf Galaxy. Dormie's at Golf Galaxy.
First day, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's here.
Yeah.
So what's that been like for you guys in the back end? Like, I mean, usually it explodes, and then you have to change how you operate.
Yeah.
Have you had to do a lot of that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, you readjust and then go over it again and make more decisions, and you figure out, do we have enough space? Do we have enough people? It is definitely a change in how you view your business model.
Right.
So we've always catered to. We love
Super
doing
custom.
love doing one-offs, but we also love and know the necessity of wholesale.
Yeah.
So this gave us a greater reach to, and Golf Galaxy and Dick's have been awesome to work with.
They give you guys a lot of. I was talking to Todd about it. He said they give you guys a lot of freedom too.
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you guys think will impact
Totally.
the market? What do you think will be cool?
Yeah.
That's unique for a big brand like that to do.
Yeah, usually they don't do that.
I agree. Yeah, and they see the trend in the market, and they're trying to curate their own products to say, like, we have a relevant shop.
Right.
Like Golf Galaxy is a very relevant business, other than just for clubs.
Right.
So yeah, it's been an awesome experience, and the sell through has been great. And funny enough, what they noticed was like, we feel like our products are priced accordingly for what you get. So like Italian leathers, you're gonna get really cool designs.
Were they worried about the higher price point?
They were worried about it at first, yeah. Well, they wanted to test it out, and they found that the lower priced ones weren't moving, where the medium to higher priced ones were. So there's a sweet spot, and more so is the consumers are educated now, and they know the value of things, and when they see good value with cool designs and quality products, they'll actually buy it.
Well, and even the weekend golfer guy, right?
Yeah.
So like he comes into the shop, he comes into the Golf Galaxy locally, and he says, "Hey, I'm looking at their giant stack of head covers. Am I going to spend $50 for this? I'm not going to name the brand, very plain black one." Or am I going to spend $80 or $90 for something that none of my buddies in my group have, and they're all going to geek out over, right? Like they're going to buy that every time. You know, and they're going to just apologize to their wife. It's like this is how it's going to happen.
I think that's true.
So I think I'm excited to see you guys grow that way, and it gives you, I think a lot of people get confused. We talk about this all the time. People get confused because they think that when you go into a direct sell or a larger enterprise space, I mean, I talked to the guys at Carbon about this, right? That it can hurt your business. I think it can, but if your business is well run, it's going to expand.
It's going to make it better.
It's going to give you all kinds of room to do more custom, to do more unique, to have more stuff to do, like you're talking about with prints. I mean, that's unreal.
Oh yeah, totally. And I know that even with Dick's and Golf Galaxy, because we've had a good experience. They've also had a good experience. There's going to be more releases of new stuff.
Solidifies your relationship with them.
Totally. Yeah. So we're actually prepping right now for a good Christmas release, and
probably unique to them.
It is.
That's so cool.
Carrying some other stuff, some other products that we're going to put in to help accessorize and keep it relevant in the biz. So
Since the tour is such a staple for a lot of businesses, how many players out there do you know that have Dormie?
Paul Casey. The man.
We're really proud of Brooke Henderson as well.
Nice. I saw that.
Yeah. So, being Canadian, and I mean, she's killing it.
She's so good. I like that she doesn't really care. I started watching her about 4 years ago, and I like that she didn't care then. And she was young, and everybody was like, "Oh, she's brash." She's just awesome.
Agreed.
Straight, very, very straightforward. Heck.
Okay, last question, and we'll get out of your way. Best course in Halifax.
I'm
intrigued by this question.
The best course in Halifax is the new course. It's Ashburn Golf Club and the new course. It is private.
But it's the best course.
It's the best one, like for playability. That's how we rate courses in Nova Scotia, is playability. The coolest course is Brunello.
I was hoping you said that because I played there.
Did you? Cool. Yeah. So the coolest course is Brunello.
I would play it 10 times over before heading out to Inverness and playing cabinet.
Oh yeah, no way.
We had so much more fun at Brunello than cabinet.
I love hearing that, actually, because as Maritimers from Nova Scotia, from Halifax, when a new course opens, everybody's really excited, and it was like they had tried a couple courses, and the topography there is tough because underneath is just full of bedrock. So it's just rock. The whole.
So you got to move a ton of earth.
It's just dynamite exploding over and over.
The tent at Brunello, you can see all the rocks all around it. I mean, it's just stunning.
Yeah, and we actually with Brunello, it's an amazing relationship. They've also fully embraced Dormie. So it's really cool when you get the local guys, hopping on board. And so yes, Ashburn. Definitely.
If you can get on.
It's playability wise, the new course. They had a web.com event there, and it was.
Yeah, so you guys were out there. You guys were blowing it up on social. It was awesome.
And that was when. Anyways, but then Brunello opened, and it was like, man, this is new. Conditioning's amazing, and
so other last question. Somebody doesn't own Dormie gear. What is the thing they have to buy this year?
From Dormie?
From Dormie.
I mean, obviously head covers are bread and butter.
Right. Driver, fairway, hybrid.
If you
what
don't,
style? Which one do you have to have? Because if you don't get this, you're gonna miss out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have so many. Well, we've been trying not to do too many ones that you can never buy again.
Right.
But I will say we do watch for October. because we're going to have some really cool Halloween releases coming out.
Sweet.
Yeah, and last year we did Frankenstein.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to have, we haven't landed on one 100% yet, but that one will be a limited run. I don't know if we're going to cap it at 25 or 50 this year, but that would be a must. If you're a Halloween junkie, that is the way to roll.
Gotta have it.
All right. Hey, thank you so much
Thanks
for
again, dude.
taking time out of your schedule.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Okay, we're here at the Greenside Cigars booth with Rob, Ty, and Matt. Going to walk us through a little bit about what they are about.
Welcome to Greenside Cigars, guys. We are on a mission to bring fine cigars back to the clubhouses in America. So let's start with our top two. This is our 94 rated Birdie Stogie. This is our 89 rated Par Cigar. You write a birdie on the card, you need to fire one of these up and celebrate. These are our celebratory series. Let's move over here to the most common series. These are the Pain Easers. This is our Mulligan, our 3-putt, our bogey, and our double bogey. You know, you write a double bogey on the card, fire this bad boy up. By the time you get to the next tee, you don't even remember what you got on that hole, buddy. That thing is good, right?
It's awesome.
So we like to consider ourselves more of a cigar program. We don't really sell cigars. We have a program. We bring out these nice fancy humidors and stands. We put them out on the club, on the pro shop counter. They got humidity packs in them, and then we maintain them for you. So we'll reach out to you once a week, bi-weekly, whatever we need to make sure the inventory is good, make sure the humidity packs are good. And in doing so, we take that liability off of everybody at the pro shop desk, right? They don't have to worry about their cigar stock anymore. We keep them full, we keep them fresh. They just sell them and add a little bit of a revenue stream to their top end. And on the golf course side, all these are fine cigars. I don't know if you guys have ever went to the pro shop and just said, hey man, give me one of those cigars.
Yeah, they carry Macanudo Punch and usually Monte Cristo.
And that's it. And you're lucky if they're fresh. So by the time you fire it up, it's kind of a 50-50 shot. You won't get that with these. Every one of these are gooey all the way until the end. We like to keep them that way. We're very prideful about how fresh we keep our cigars all the way to the end user.
It's awesome.
Very different than most stuff you run into at the pro shop.
So you guys, what I see here, because these guys can't see it, so we've got, do we have Connecticut here somewhere?
Right here.
There, that's your Connecticut. Toro.
Robusto.
This is the Robusto. This is your Corona. Okay.
Yep. And you got your Toro and your...
and mostly DR is what I read on there, I think.
Yeah.
So the Honduran, okay, so it's a little sweeter, smoother, I should say, right? Your birdie.
Yep. So most of them are coming from Honduras, Ecuador, Nicaragua, your Dominicans, obviously. All your most popular. The bogey's actually got a Cameroon.
I bet the 3-putt's the most popular, right?
It is.
But that sugar tip? Yeah.
Everybody loves the sugar tip.
They do.
My favorite.
They do.
Sometimes you got to hold back
and it's
the
not too
pride
big.
that you're smoking a 3-putt stogie, but then you're like, man, it tastes so good, I want to eat it almost.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's going to, so Ecuadorian wrapper, Dominican binder, Phil is DR. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Corona. So I mean, that's the other thing. I think a lot of courses don't have cigar. A lot of guys smoke cigars in courses that would never smoke a cigar elsewhere.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely correct.
And so when you give them something like a Connecticut, it's too big.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
You're
Because
right.
they're like, well, what if I don't smoke the whole thing? It might take too long. Blah blah blah.
Right.
So I think something that's a little bit more narrow. I think a lot of guys like that.
We try and cover
tasty.
every size and just about every price point from $6 to $7 to $20, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you kind of decide, and then it also the naming convention speaks to the golfer. So coming up, if I'm that golfer that only smokes cigars when I'm outside golfing, well, I know a birdie and a par is going to be a pretty good score for me, which means it's going to be a very quality, high-end
very
cigar,
quality
right?
cigar.
If that's outside my price point, then I need to move down to my bogeys.
Yeah.
You know, the
That's
beautiful
awesome.
thing is everything except for the double bogey is a long filler.
Okay.
So it won't fall apart on you.
Yeah,
it's not going to.
it's not going to tear apart.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, the wrapper's good.
I think it's a lot of problems where you get into the golf pro shops and you get those kind of gimmicky things.
Yeah.
They're selling 50-cent short filler cigars where those golfers have that bad experience. They don't come back and buy and smoke on the golf course again. So this is looking to change that.
That's awesome. Cool. I love this idea because I think a lot of the biggest gripe that I have when I travel a lot and I play courses all the time when I travel. I bring some cigars, but usually they're gone after the first couple of rounds. So by the time I get to my third stop, I'm not there. What my biggest gripe is that they're never fresh. Yeah. That's my biggest gripe.
Yeah.
And they're usually not filled all right. So like usually their most popular cigar is going to be their best cigar, their freshest cigar, and it's always
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So I think that's a pretty cool.
So
cool
how has
option.
your feedback been with the courses that you're?
Mostly green grass.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
They all say that, their cigar sales have increased tremendously, and they probably don't know it, but it's because they're selling fresh cigars now. They're getting
Good
more
cherry,
repeat business than
good
they
fresh,
ever seen.
good feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus with the convenience of the humidors being in those retail cases, they're able to put them right there at the point of purchase.
Right.
Right. So it's almost like a reminder to grab beer in your stogie before you head out.
Before you head out.
Yeah. And so it's a finger grab. They want to try them, especially when they come in new, and they giggle at the bogey stogie, and then like, well, let's take this. And the first man in our group that makes a bogey has to smoke the stogie.
one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what about so you do a lot of green grass? I know that's kind of where that model is. Are you guys doing tournament stuff as well? Is that a focus?
Absolutely. A lot of the courses, once we get set up there, they call us and they say, hey, we've got 200 golfers coming out this weekend. We're going to buy 3 extra boxes, and we want you to set up a table and pass them out and educate consumers. All the private clubs do their member guests.
Yeah, member guests.
We're usually the number one giveaway because they want to do something nice. So corporate gifts like that, it's all perfect.
Cool.
That would be a stream that I don't think we anticipated would be so great. Like we didn't know, and what we found out is all the members of the clubs, they're the ones that host the tournaments.
That's right.
And so when they go in and see them on the counter and they hear people talking about them, phone rings. Hey, I got a tournament on such date. Will you guys come out and be the cigar sponsor? Yeah. Absolutely. And it's just been an overwhelming success for us, and we're just thrilled. Honestly, we're thrilled to be in the golf business for starters.
Cool.
All right, my biggest question: what do we got to do to get a breakfast ball?
Breakfast ball cigar?
Breakfast ball cigar.
Yeah.
That's if you.
I'll pull some
over,
strings. Yeah.
I think you're gonna be able to get
we have to work around some minimums.
I feel like the breakfast bowl cigar. Well, are you mean in context of the naming?
Yeah.
Get your own.
So I feel like if it's a breakfast ball, it's got to be like a cigarella.
Oh, it's got to be
Because it's at 8 a.m.
Big bullet.
completely.
It's
And
the first
nobody's
one off the
smoking
tee.
this off. Nobody's smoking that after.
No.
Just duff one into
You
the
give
desert.
us some blends on what
make
you
it a
want done.
60
We'll make it
gauge.
happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Make it a 60 gauge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Little tiny guy.
Big old.
We're gonna bring that back.
Yeah, it's
60.
awesome. The bigger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Great
Appreciate
talking
it,
with
Rob.
you.
Great meeting you.
Appreciate it, man. Matt, thank you.
We look forward to seeing you guys on
Thank
more
you.
courses,
Appreciate it.
especially
You
here in
got it.
Vegas.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate it.
This looks very efficient.
So
super efficient.
we are now in the Asher booth with Matt, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what they've got on display here and what we can
Before he does,
look forward to. Oh, wait, hang on.
I just want to point out that the best glove that they have is the Pebble Beach glove.
I don't know.
Hashtag Pebble Beach.
Hashtag it's a cypress. It pays
People will know
homage.
because they
pays homage.
trash me because I'm such a Pebble Beach nut. I'm a snob. I'm such a snob about it. But it's such a good.
It definitely
privy
pays
to the
homage
camo.
to
It's a
one
very
of the,
strong
one of the best
homage to the
courses.
cypress and one of the most beautiful views in all of the world.
I don't disagree.
Just say it, Lone Cypress. Yeah, so take us through.
Perfect. Yeah, so up and coming in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see our fall line drop. Our fall line consists of, as all of our collections, 3 gloves that have some pretty distinct fall vibes. We've taken some inspiration from mountain lodges and kind of the Park City area of where we're from. So we've got what we're calling our cognac glove, which is a 100% leather. Everything from the tab to the glove itself is a cognac brown,
Sweet,
solid color, really deep.
Looks like something Arnie would wear.
Yeah,
very much so.
Vintage, some
it's
vintage
kind of like a
feels.
driving glove look to it. I love that.
Agreed.
Heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of those vintage ski gloves is where we kind of pulled
Oh,
some
yeah.
inspiration from.
Yeah.
So we've got next in the lineup, we've got our Glacier Stripe, is what we're calling it.
Okay.
It's an ivory glove, red and yellow striping, some really good green hits in there.
Homage to Glacier.
Yep.
Cool.
Again, gives a little bit of those retro vintage vibes while being really stylish. Last piece in our lineup is our Midnight Camo. It's a Shepherd's all black camo.
I'm smiling right now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Grays, blacks, let you really kind of get out of there.
So give me a little bit on. So you guys have been around for a little bit longer than people I think realize.
Yeah.
And you've gone through some transitions as far as like I would call a very healthy evolution and product cycle.
Yeah.
Where over a period of time you continue to grow, you integrate some of your guys' technology and changes in I would say manufacturing processes, and it's gotten better. But it's also been a natural progression. I think some people look at things and they go, oh, well, it's not what I wanted right out of the box. It must not work. And I think that's kind of a complete misnomer. So take me through kind of like the evolution over the last 3 years of how you guys go through manufacturing and choose your product.
Absolutely. So back in 2016, we took a pretty large step forward, investing in our own supply chain and making sure that we could control every bit of our glove and every bit of our product, everything from sourcing the leather to dyeing the leather to sewing it ourselves to be able to put a stake in the ground that says we have the nicest golf glove on the market.
And like doing it all in-house.
Exactly. So like you said, it's over the years we've put product out there that we really liked.
And it was good.
And it was good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm not going to make the claim that it was the best golf glove on the market, right? Like you said, you put products out there that you really like, but it's finally to a point that we have created something special.
Yeah.
And everything from the prints that we do to the technology that we use that's proprietary to us that allow us to do these really incredible prints and layouts and sizing
collaborations. I know you guys did Malbon before. You've got stuff cooking with Linkswear and some of the guys on a variety of courses too. And then I know you guys got some stuff coming up down the road that's going to be pretty exciting as well on the collaboration front.
Yeah, from the collaboration front, we are really particular on who we collaborate with, and we believe that there's some really cool things in the industry that maybe your followers and listeners don't necessarily know about because they get stuck in some of those big box brands. Yeah, mainstream brands, and so we really love this undercurrent going on in the industry right now of not necessarily boutique brands, but maybe some
curated goods.
Curated goods,
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's killer with you guys. I mean, well, the other thing too, you said something that when you talk about the difference in processes and how you guys manufacture. So a lot of people don't really care how a glove's made, right? I recognize that. But for those of you that do, when you dye leather, how you do that matters to a highly significant level. And when you do that in a healthy way and in a good way, you end up with something that feels soft but tacky and strong but flexible. And that is a hard place to get to. And I think that's where you guys got. I mean, I got this one a couple weeks ago, bought it myself at Thanksgiving Point, and I've never been more impressed with the glove. And I'm a glove nut. I mean, Matt can talk about it. I'm a Titleist Players or a FootJoy Pure Touch. It's the only gloves I play. Period. I have a box. They used to be. Literally, I have a box of 12 in my locker at Las Vegas Country Club, right? So I've always like, I'm going to play this glove forever. I got this one, got it before. I played it in Thanksgiving Point. Then I took it to San Diego. We played 5 rounds in 3 days. Torrey Pines up on the sea, Madeiras up in the desert. Came back home. Still fit, finish, no sweat stains, no issues. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we've gone to great lengths to make sure we have that quality stamp. I mean, everything from, you've seen our packaging, right?
Yeah. It's top of the line.
State-of-the-art packaging and being able to keep your glove good between rounds. I mean, I guess the problem that we're running into now is maybe our gloves last a little too long.
Right, probably.
You're not getting that repeat
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I picked up the Masters glove after talking with you guys and finding out that you're doing everything in-house. And so I wanted to give it try the new stuff. And that Masters glove has been outstanding.
Well, I think what you just said is a good point. I think that the other thing, too, is we've always looked at as a glove as just a tool in our arsenal to perform as a golfer, right? But in reality, it's over the last few years evolved into a fashion statement.
Yep.
With that said, with you guys, I'm not looking at buying one color glove.
Exactly.
I want 4. Like I want my Cypress. I want my blue. My Tiffany blue style. I want the cognac. I want to have.
I want the camo.
Well, I want to have different options. And so rather than buy the same glove 4 times and stick them in my locker and never wear them, I can change up what I'm wearing. They all last a little longer.
Yep.
But I can include new styles in a way that I couldn't do it before.
Exactly. And that's I love what you said, that gloves typically have been a tool. We always call it more than just a utility piece.
Yeah. That's a great statement.
This winter you'll see us actually roll out what we're calling our utility collection, which is our take on the white glove, because I still think that white gloves, to some extent, have a place in the arsenal.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that you have a way to express yourself through that. But like you said, right now in my locker, there's 6 different gloves, and you just don't know what you're going to wear that day.
Yeah.
What you're feeling, what works with what you're wearing.
Well, and even like the Cypress is that for me. Like, I've always worn a white glove. It's a white glove, kind of.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if
Some
you look
added
hard
flair.
enough, you see a little bit of flair. But and even if other people don't notice it, I notice it, and it makes me happy every time I look down. Totally. You know. So it's pretty exciting. I love what you guys are doing.
I mean, it's interesting too. The glove is so overlooked, right?
Yeah.
It's your one connect. People spend so much time and money and effort thinking about equipment and clubs and balls and everything else, and then the one connection point you have with the ball is your glove, is your hands.
Well,
and it's let's just toss on whatever cheapest glove is out there.
Well, and so here's the problem with that too as well. And so this is something I did with my dad actually. So my dad's always bought like the same old the FootJoy reinforced glove, right? He's like, why buy it? Because it lasts me 4 years, right? And I'm like, well, Dad, you don't just don't buy a Starbucks twice,
right?
And then you could get a new glove once a year, you know. And so we had this conversation. So I had an extra FootJoy Pure Touch, and I gave it to him, and he'd never had a glove that was that thin, and he was
that durable.
He couldn't believe. He's like, it feels like a different game, you know. And that's where I mentioned to you before we got on the air, before we got on the recording. Like I think that some of all the gloves are really cool and unique, and I think there's a place for all of them. But I can't tell listeners enough. Go try the premium collection. It's a little bit more.
It's worth it.
It will change how you think about how you connect to the golf, to the game. I think, which is crazy to say about a glove, and I understand that, but this will probably have more of a performance impact on you switching to a high-end premium glove that gives you better feel and better connection to the club than any driver you could add that's the same stock makeup and size that you have now.
What's the price point on the premiums?
$24.
Which is unreal.
$24 for a premium glove
oh my gosh.
is
the Pure
so
Touch
good.
is $40. That's a great deal. Yeah, so love it. Cool. Anything? So you got some collaborations coming. I know everybody's going to be watching for it. I would say, what's the best way to get in touch with you guys? Or to buy them? How about that? What's the best way to buy them?
Where to buy them? Hopefully your local club's stocking them.
Okay.
If not, obviously AsherGolf.com has the best selection. Carries everything, all the sizing.
Cool.
Keep an eye out, social media and our newsletters for limited edition releases.
And you guys want to be in the pro shop, right? So if you're at a club that's not stocking them, talk to them. Forward their
get some good gloves
to Asher and get them stocked up.
We do a pretty cool listener and follower incentive package for people who open up accounts at their local store.
Yeah.
So if you if you don't have our product and you can introduce us and we open that account, we get you hooked up quite nicely.
That's awesome. Right on. Cool. There you go.
All right, Matt. Hey, thanks so much for taking some time out.
Appreciate it, man.
You guys have a good
Appreciate
day.
it.
So there's our in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at what goes on during the PGA show here in Vegas. We really want to show our appreciation for the guys at True, Cody and Blake, for taking some time to spend with us and showcase what they're doing. Same thing goes for Jeff and Todd from Dormie Workshop. We love what they're doing. Some of the new stuff they have out is absolutely amazing. We'll post some pictures so you guys can see. And Ty and his gang at Greenside Cigars, what a fun and unique way to bring the enjoyment of cigars into the golf industry and, bring some fun to the game. I love their branding, having the high-end cigars being called Birdie and Par, and then the lower ones being called 3-Putt and Bogey. It's fun. The breakfast ball cigar will happen. Either that or we're going to find a Chasing Daylight cigar from them. And then lastly, Matt from Asher Golf, they have come so far in such a short time. They're making some really unique products. Their custom work is off the charts, and the new premium gloves, a premium price of $24, if you believe it. The gloves are outstanding, and I'm excited for the future for them. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. This was episode 13 episodes in the books. The podcast is growing. We're reaching new people all the time. Please continue. If you are a fan of the show and you listen in, share it, like it, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the people that you tee it up with. Let them know what we're doing here. We're having a blast doing it, and we've got some great guests and some more banter lined up here in the future. So thank you all for listening. Again, hope you enjoyed this episode. It was something different. We want to bring stuff like this to the table, not just sit around, talk golf, and have guests on, but we want to also bring you some of the behind the scenes in the industry that we have access to that maybe you don't. So thanks for tuning in. And like I say all the time, get out there and chase that daylight.